Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Did you know that Resource MFG, an employee bridge company in Lawrenceburg, is the first and largest national manufacturing staffing company? They work alongside the top plants and facilities in the area to provide you with job opportunities in production, quality, maintenance, supervision, and all levels of management. Resource MFG has positions open right now to meet your needs today and a full staff ready to work with industrial partners to grow opportunities for this generation of workers and the next. Reach out today and start your employment journey with Resource MFG. At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Carriers has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay now starting at $20 per hour, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good, joined here by Kate Schultz and Michael Marks. And guys, before we get into the sports side of it, kind of a sad day across the state of Tennessee. Yesterday, Dolly Parton died after a battle of cancer, 80 years old. Man, my wife said it best. When you've got Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Morgan Wallen, Taylor Swift, and Eminem, and everybody saying nice things about you, then that means you made a major impact on a lot of people's lives. When like you're crossing political lines, you're crossing music lines, all the things above, that means you meant something to
I was about to say, she's definitely one of the four heads that I would put on the Mount Rushmore of Tennessee. I mean, up there with Davy Crockett. I'd put Pat Summitt in there as well. But, I mean, she was special, and not only to the music world, but her imagination library, the millions of books that they donated to get young kids.
We got a bunch in my house right
exactly. And how much has that helped? I mean, just something as small as that, but the impact she's had on the music world and the people of East Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. I know the people that work at Dollywood and the Stampede, they don't have their classes are paid for and stuff like that. So I mean, she really is just a all around great person, and the world's gonna miss her.
Yeah, and I think back, one of the first things I thought about, them couple movies she made. Coat of Many Colors. My sister loved, which I did too. I thought they were great movies. But with Dollywood and everything, over there in East Tennessee, like you said, I mean, you always, of course, the new truck stop, just ate there.
You did well.
And apparently she was there pretty recently.
I
so
think she was. It's just sad news, kind of shocking to me. I didn't even know she had cancer, actually.
No, yeah, she's a very private person.
Right, yeah.
But, it's like you mentioned, Mike, that imagination library. And my wife brought up another good point. Like, imagine all the kids growing up dirt poor. They sign up for this program, and these are the only books that they'll ever get. And, we signed up for that for both of my kids, and the books you get are outstanding. Like, my kids, those are some of their favorite books are the ones you get out of that imagination library. So, and she made a very good point of, she's worth millions. She has millions, but she poured so much money into the communities and into all these things to help people, and especially this day and age when a lot of people just don't do that. They just get their money and they run, for lack of a better way to say it. She did it for the betterment of everybody, and that's pretty special.
Yeah, and I got to see her when she came and sang Rocky Top at Neyland against Georgia 2 or 3 years ago, and one of the very few people that when they step in a room, it's just larger than life. Honestly,
yeah, and a few months ago, I was actually at Dollywood and took I think it's somewhat newer. They made a Dolly Parton museum up there at Dollywood. I walked through there and seen everything. Of course, they had all of her the dresses she wore, at all of her shows dating back to. Back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and just very neat in how they make everything about her up there, and what she's done to really bring up Dollywood. You got your Dream Resort. You got so many things. Dixie Stampede, and it's just very sad news. Very sad news.
Absolutely, and and then today, Tim Curry, actor Tim Curry, passes away. Famous for a lot of roles, certainly the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I loved him.
Great movie.
In Home Alone 2, which I think Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone. I will that is a hill I will die on. I think it.
I'm working that way.
Better than the original,
Yeah.
But you can do with your stolen credit card.
Well, Pennywise, he was the original Pennywise.
Yes, the original Pennywise.
And look at all the things that have spawned from that. So he's a very influential actor.
Man, we've lost so many. Like last year, I thought losing Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan in the span of a week was like detrimental. And then now you have Tim Curry and Dolly Parton, and hey, they lived great lives. 80 years old, both of them died at that age, and it's just crazy. You don't think of all these people you grew up with get old, but they do, and that's a part of life. And it's funny, the first time I ever went to Dollywood, Dolly was there.
Wow.
She was waving at people. She was like sitting on a rocking chair at the front porch at some place, just waving at people. People were going nuts. Even my dad, who does not get starstruck by anybody, was like, that's Dolly Parton. Even he was kind of
and the thing is with all the Lord's allowed her to accomplish all the money she's made, all that. It never did faze her a bit to come back, or and just spend time with common people, everyday people that comes to her part, that comes to her Dream Resort, that comes to the Stampede, whatever it may be. She would be there and be herself. I'm sure there, just like everywhere else, so
it's those are the kind of celebrities we like, that always remember where they came from, always willing to give back where they came from. And moving on, guys, as you can tell, we're continuing to make improvements. Right now our studio looks like a 2007 wedding, with these lights going on in the background, but we're getting there, and slowly but surely this place will be looking immaculate, and we can't wait to show you what's going on over there. That's going to be awesome as well. Guys, let's get into some high school volleyball. What a week it's been for the Lady Cats of Lawrence County. A 3-0 win over Summertown on Monday, where Summertown did put up a good fight, especially there. They got better and better as the sets went on. They looked pretty good in the third set, but yesterday the Lady Cats, the toughest test they've had all year long, Lincoln County, who just they were playing. It felt like they were playing out from behind the whole time. And then 3 of the 5 sets 2 through 4 went into extra points. The first set was 25-21, and then they eke out the second, they eke out the fourth, they go into a fifth, and in the fifth they just
dominated.
They decided they're done with it. They've put up with enough, and they come out and win 15-3. They're 3-0 within the district, 10-1, 11-1.
11-1.
Yeah,
11.
Overall, their one loss was in the championship game of the Memphis tournament this past weekend.
That was versus, I think, a private school.
Yeah, private
in Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yeah. That's what head coach Steve Keaton told me. This group is looking good.
Yeah. And I mean, talk about just what they've done this week, AJ. I mean, we know the notoriety that Summertown has in volleyball. They come into your house and you make kind of easy work of them. And then you have a Lincoln County team coming in that is top 10 in the state in that first coaches poll.
Loretto beat them too.
And again, the Lady Mustangs did beat them in 3 sets in that tri-match on Monday. So, they were having to come back to Lawrence County and face another tough team. And, man, the Lady Cats never say die. And that was kind of the big thing I was worried about with them this year was finishing out sets because sometimes they struggled with that last year. The way they closed out that 5th set, I think maybe they turned a page last night.
Yeah, and I was talking to JC last night, and she said actually 1 or 2, it may be 2 girls on that front row for Lincoln County has got Division I offers. I know.
I'm not shocked.
I know one does.
They got some power.
I know one does. I don't know.
Set. She looks like a D1 ball, and she hits it. So when she hits it, you don't even see it. I'm like, huh?
Right.
I heard it hit the ground.
I think JC dug.
JC icing her wrist after digging out a few of those.
Well, she said I dug 3 of them. Like she knew the exact number, or whatever that she dug. Or it might not have been 3, it might have been 2, or however it was. But I was able to come in last night after the Kaufman game.
Your game went. You guys played a whole freaking game,
and we started 30 minutes later than.
Yeah, I know.
Then they did.
And you had a ton of points. I'm like, I literally got to my car, and they were turning the lights out in the football stadium. Yeah. And I'm like, did they? I thought they.
But when you go to 5 sets and they're long sets, I mean, that could be 2 hours.
Exactly. Everything, it's 25-21. 26-25, 28-26, 27-25, and then you go in the 5th and it's 5-3. You're 2+ hour game. And my wife had to go get dinner for us, and she's like, "It's so late. I don't even know if place is going to be open." We ended up Mexican. Shout out El Puente. Got good Diet Coke.
Oh yeah.
Got good Diet Coke. Yeah, but it was good to see. I was able to come in that last set, and I didn't know how the first 2 went at that time because I just come over from Kaufman's game, but I'm like, man, what are they doing in 5?
Yeah,
it's 12-3. Yeah, but after hearing go back watch some highlights, man. It was a game. Yeah. It was a match.
Lincoln County's got some big hitters: Winsett, Moran, Pettinger, Cunningham. There's I can probably point out who's got D1 offers, and then Lucy Summers, their setter. She had 1 bad pass all night, and she picked the worst possible time to do it too. Yeah. But she sets them up so well. But the Lady Cats just kept fighting. It just especially in the 4th, I think they were down at one point 7-1 or maybe 7-2, and at another point it was 11-4. And I'm like, okay, they're going to learn a lot from this when they go to Fayetteville here in a couple more weeks. They'll be a better team, and then. Man, when Leah Dixon comes alive,
she is fun to watch, man.
It's just, she started getting some big hits. She had 32 kills last night. Destiny Daniel had 12. Liddy Cox at 13. You got a 3-headed monster there at the front. Quick math off the top of my head, that's 40. No, that's 57 kills between the 3 of them.
That's 2 sets.
And your sister was busy last night. Yeah. And on top of that, Ellie Rudy has mono.
Right.
So your sister and you had Carly Van Pelt got an ace at the end of the second set to clinch it there. Right. Addie Surratt, a freshman, came in, had 3 kills last night and made a couple good saves that kept some points alive that led the points.
Was that Addie or Emma? Do you remember?
It's a Surratt.
Her cousins. I think it might have been Emma because
I
seen Emma on the floor. Yeah. Emma's 35.
It was Emma. Okay.
Yeah.
It's y'all have too many last.
There are a lot. It feels like there's 5 in volleyball.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for real.
Emma Surratt. I apologize. But she did a great job last night getting some getting some big kills, saving some big balls. They just, and it's wild. Momentum is a crazy thing. It's wild when you watch like first 3 sets. Lincoln County's winning all the 50-50 balls. They're winning all of those wild rallies. 4th set, Lawrence County turns it around. They win all the rallies. And then in the 5th set, they don't need no rallies. They're just coming out and dominating.
Right.
And I think that was important to come out and kind of solidify yourself in that 5th set, because I'm pretty sure they'll have to go to Lincoln County in a couple of weeks and play them. I think that game right there kind of puts a little doubt into the Lincoln County girls' minds for their next matchup.
And if you're Lawrenceburg, coming off a Monday night game where you absolutely just took care of Summertown, 3 sets to none, just played very well all the way around. And you got the momentum. You just beat your in-county rival in Summertown. Got a big district matchup in Lincoln County, and they didn't hold back. They didn't hold, but they knew it probably was going to be a fun, competitive, very competitive matchup with how good Lincoln County is, and it definitely was. And I'm thankful Lawrence County was able to come out on top.
Still got 3 more teams to play within the district. They're 3-0 right now after beating Franklin County, Tullahoma, and Lincoln County. Still got to play Columbia, Coffee County, who went to 5 with Lincoln County. Lincoln County won that, and Shelbyville. So you still got thankfully
all of those
games.
And I think
those who you have to go on the road to got to come to you, and then you've got to go to them.
Right, and I'm thankful that we were able to take the Tullahoma game and the Lincoln County game, because I think the Tullahoma and of course the Lincoln County game went to 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Tullahoma went to 4. Coffee County and Lincoln County went to 5.
Okay.
Lincoln County and Lawrence County beat Tullahoma 3-1.
Right.
Both of them
Well, I got you.
So, I kept telling everybody, like, the best, probably one that every time Lawrence County and Lincoln County get together, that happens.
Yes.
Like
it's always a great game.
5-set thriller, so many momentum swings. Like I know they're not looking past Coffee County, who's really good. I know they're not looking past Columbia, who's really good and well coached. And they're not going to look past Shelbyville. But I know, and probably in the back of their minds, they're excited about going to Fayetteville, and hopefully not as dramatic this time around.
Yeah, just go out there and handle business real easy, come back home.
15-3 every time,
Yeah, let's do it.
Against D1 players,
Just real easy.
Lawrence County's got some college, there's some potential D1 on that side as well. Summertown did rebound after Monday last night. Big 3-0 win. They outscored Perry County 75-9.
Yeah.
In 3 sets. That match was over in less than 50 minutes. So they came out and took care of business. That's a team that's they're finding their way in a little bit, and it was great calling that game with Tommy Emerson and his daughter Carly Steele. Carly Emerson Steele, who's now the head coach at Etheridge, who you saw them pick up a big win last night, and like what they're saying on the air, what they're saying off the air, and it helped me look at the game a little bit differently. Even though I've called a ton of volleyball, but it's different when you call it with a volleyball parent and a former volleyball player and coach, and they start to see some things. And Summertown just looked off most of the time against Lawrence County, and a lot of that had to do with what Lawrence County was doing, but Summertown just looked a little bit off. Certain, the timing wasn't there, certain people weren't in certain spots, but they fixed that last night against Perry County. And part of it is young team, new people in new spots, first year head coach. And again, we're still in August.
Well, look at the gauntlet that they have played, AJ. At Eagleville, at Central Magnet, those aren't easy. Yeah. And you go play in the Cougar Classic Saturday at Middle Tennessee Christian, where you play Middle Tennessee Christian, you play Harpeth Hall, who's really good. Play
Eagleville again.
Eagleville again.
Yeah.
And then you have to come back this week, play at Lawrence County on Monday, who is a top 5 team in the state. And then you get a nice trip to Perry County where you can go back, get your wits about yourself for a big matchup coming up tomorrow.
But before we get into that, Loretto, a good tri-match win. Speaking of Lincoln County, them and Lincoln County had
three really good sets
there that the Lady Mustangs came out on top and played 3 really good sets against Central, who Lawrence County sees next week.
Yep.
It's good that we get these cross-state things. Lawrence County actually goes to Lauderdale County on Friday, who's normally pretty good. Thursday. Thank you. Who's normally on my date. I'm trying not to burp. And I'm
missing the days.
Excuse me. So I'm messing up my days there. But yeah, that was a good sweep for them. And then they go on the road, and it's at Summertown, and it's everybody. We got middle schools playing, the high schools are playing, and it should be a lot of fun there at the Nest on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one because you've got Loretto coming in. They've got a lot of momentum. Summertown probably playing their best game of the year on Tuesday. And then you look at the middle school side. South Lawrence has been really good this year. I think they're 7-0, maybe 8-0 now on the season, beating Perry County last night. Summertown's lost 2 in a row. They lost to Etheridge last night in 3 sets, and they lost to Kaufman on Friday in 3 sets. So they're trying to look and get back on the right side of things.
Yeah, and you know, Summertown. You said Summertown did get beat by Kaufman, didn't they? Yeah, and that was I had that game up there. That was
Summertown took the first set, and then
Kaufman
had the storm back.
Right,
in the second
right, yeah, and it was bad. And I know I said this on air at the Kaufman game versus Lewisburg game, which Kaufman took that on Monday night, but Summertown basically controlled all the first set, was able to finish, and then 90% of the second set. Yeah.
That was what I noticed. They looked perfect in the first set, and then I don't want to speculate on what it was, but it's like the second set, it was almost a different team.
Right. Yeah. You're exactly right. And not even until, for a majority of the second set, they played very well. They had the lead. It looked to me like I was expecting a couple more points, and this is going to be it. And Kaufman goes on a run and finishes, I think, on a 6-1 run or something, gets that second set win, and fools around and wins the third set as well, and just dominates that third set. And Kaufman surprises them after set number 1 was solely dominated by Summertown. So.
Yeah, it should be fun there on Thursday, and now it's getting some high school football. Been making my rounds, obviously visiting with Lawrence County, Summertown, Mount Pleasant, Loretto, Wayne County, and Collinwood. And I will say this: at Loretta's practice, Coach Bryce Glass is working on the toughness. Literally, I roll in, they are doing Oklahoma drills. You're hearing the pads pop. You're hearing coaches getting excited. They are trying to fix. To put it in nice terms, Coach Bryce Glass said his guys were soft against Cornersville. They can't be soft here on Friday against Lawrence County.
I would say if you thought Cornersville was physical, then you're going to be in for a rude awakening this weekend, because Lawrence County's coming to town, and Loretta's coming to town, but it's going to be a mad Lawrence County team coming off that loss to Summertown. And like you mentioned, AJ, and that was something I kind of noticed Friday with Loretto, is that there were some times they were getting moved off the line a lot more than they should have. So they're going to need to be fired up and ready to come out and face a hungry Lawrence County team on Friday.
Yeah, and hungry is perfectly. I think they're definitely going to be hungry, and coming off that loss at Summertown, and coming in, You hope they can use this game versus Loretto. Loretta's somewhat down. They struggled week 1 at Cornersville. They only scored 8 points and they give up 40 something. So that's definitely in Loretta's mind. Hopefully they want to get some more points on the board. Hopefully they can get their offense going. Summertown only held Lawrence County to 14.
Yeah.
So that could be in Loretta's mind as well. But also in Lawrence County's mind, you don't want to overthink it to where, okay, we're coming in and we're playing Loretta. We know what they did last week, which I don't think their mentality will be this way, but they don't need to come in with it that way at all. They need to come in, put their foot down, and I know you're wanting a Mustang win, but as far as that goes, Lawrence County's wanting to rebound.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. You need to come in confident, but not overconfident, because you do need to realize, hey, you have owned this team since the turn of the century. Yeah. Go out and prove that. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for Lawrence County to try to stretch the field with some big pass plays. That was something that Cornersville saw a lot of success against. But for the Loretta side, I think that they saw the way Summertown ran the ball and think that they can get some of that similar penetration up front. So I think we're going to be in for a good game this Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a lot of fun. And and another fun one, Summertown goes to Wayne County. Wayne County's our place to play. Summertown and Wayne County. It seems like every time they get together, it's a one-score game down to the wire. Summertown's going to be. They're going to try to pound the football, control the clock, limit your possessions, make life difficult on you. Wayne County found some things offensively. They threw the ball downfield really well against Richland, and they've got some young guys, a sophomore at quarterback. Their star wide receiver's a sophomore, and they, when Richland took away Wayne County's running game, they just decided we're going to go in the shotgun and we're going to throw the football around, and they had a lot of success. It's going to be a little bit of a different, of a different attack out of Wayne County than what they saw last week against Orange County, who wanted to have the big boys go to work, run the football, and go that way.
Yeah, and another team that doesn't need to come into this week overconfident is Summertown. You get a big win, but this is a Wayne County team that, like you mentioned, AJ, they're going to provide different challenges. They like to throw the ball a lot more than Lawrence County did, so it's going to stretch your defense vertically. I'm really curious to see if that speed from Summertown is able to slow down Wayne County.
Yeah, and look for Summertown, like you just said, and how they really, especially in the second half, really just ran the ball down Lawrence County's throat. Look for them to be doing that same thing against Wayne County. I mean, a lot of different, I ain't gonna say trickery, I don't know but different fakes and that sort of thing, handing off different looks,
all those options.
All that sort of thing. I think their second touchdown score, the quarterback,
basically it's the offensive line blocks it differently, but you got your offensive line basically going to the left. You pull your guard and your tackle, everyone else down blocks, and you got your backs going this way. One back comes the other. It's a handoff.
Right.
They blocked it perfectly. Powell's the perfect guy to hand the ball off to in that situation.
Yeah. So look for Summertown to be doing that. I mean, doing that once again. And
I do have one gripe because Cornersville ran that exact same play in the game and dropped it, and they ruled it an incomplete pass. Ball hit the ground on a handoff, and the running back coming over dropped it, and the ref said incomplete.
Was it? The running back wasn't in front of the quarterback.
No,
would have been. I don't guess that way.
So it was out. It was a strange play because obviously all of Loretta jumped on the ball, and
as they should have.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Well, we're bringing the tuck rule into different. They don't have an easy job, but it's also one way to not make it harder on yourself. Not saying that play would have changed the game, but still, that's. It was
just When
was
I think it was the third quarter.
Third quarter. I'll try to go back and see. If they try to toss it forward. Then yes, that's an incomplete pass, but it's a handoff.
I'm pretty sure it was a straight handoff, and the guy coming just dropped it.
Okay.
So, and again, I would say if it is that kind of touch pass, it's a pass, but the running back just dropped it.
Yeah. The ref might have blinked.
He may have.
Could have. That happens. Well, guys, coming up next, just when you think we learned everything about college football and the world of pro football, things change, then they change again, and they change again. We may or may not have LSU roster full of former NFL players. Who knows? We'll discuss all that when we return on X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Oh, welcome everybody back here to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good here with Kate Schultz and Michael Marks. And guys, it has been a
weird,
crazy couple days, or basically a crazy week with the Big Ten, the SEC, and all this stuff of former NFL, NBA, WNBA players who will play even if it's preseason. Mm-hmm. Enter the transfer portal, find a way back. So the SEC and the Big Ten are on the same page. So I'll just read this article by Heather Dinich from ESPN. The SEC joined the Big Ten on Tuesday in its unanimous opposition to athletes leaving the NFL and returning to college teams, swiftly passing a new conference rule that gives Commissioner Greg Sankey full authority to enforce it with penalties. During an in-person meeting with league presidents, chancellors, and athletic directors, the SEC took it even further than the Big Ten, prohibiting anyone who has previously declared for professional basketball from rejoining college athletics without appropriately withdrawing. Sources told ESPN's Pete Thamel the vote to implement the policy was 16-0, an important show of unity from conference leaders at a time when some of their own coaches are attempting to add players who were cut from professional teams. The step-by-step explanation: the SEC announced its institutions are not permitted to have an athlete on its roster who has previously declared for the NFL, NBA, or WNBA draft and did not appropriately withdraw, signed a contract with an NFL or other professional football league, NBA/G League, or WNBA affiliate or team, been listed on an NFL or any professional football league, NBA, WNBA roster. The announcement stated Sankey is authorized to enforce this expectation with penalties against member institutions. An SEC spokesperson later told ESPN the penalties are to be announced. As of right now, the Big Ten says it will suspend that coach for half the season?
Well, I would say the SEC
20% of the football operating budget.
Yep.
That's what the Big Ten's going to do.
And the SEC's is the same 50% season suspension for head coaches, 50% of that sport's annual operating budget revoked, and then SEC voting privileges on business matters revoked. Yeah. So that is, and how do you hurt teams nowadays, AJ? You take away their money.
Take away their money.
And that is huge.
Yeah.
And, I'm honestly surprised it was 16-0 just because of all the players that LSU had added. But I don't think that was going to make much of a difference. It's good that they're kind of coming out and putting their foot down finally, because it feels like coaches and players have had all the power over the past couple of months, couple of years, and now someone in power has kind of put their foot down and saying this is not happening.
Well, I'm going to read something here. It says, in Monday's statement, the SEC said pro to college moves would just simply blur the line between the two levels of play. Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what they thought would, why this would be fine, really, or if they even did, and then it just kind of happened, or whatever. But I mean, since we kind of started talking about this, since I think it was that Browns player that tried to get go back a few weeks back, yeah. Ever since, I've just not been. I've just not.
And
dude,
the weird thing about this,
and he played in a preseason game.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about this, he played for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss last year and was one of the players that was bashing him when he left Ole Miss for LSU.
Yeah.
And then he gets the opportunity to do the same and follows him. But, AJ, I kind of mentioned this to you off air. So CBS reported that Lane Kiffin was asking these players to sue the NCAA to see if they could come back for an extra year of eligibility. How long is he going to continue to try to stretch rules wherever he is at to try to give himself an advantage? He hasn't won anything yet, and more times than not, it's been bad. I mean, look at the state. The Raiders weren't. I mean, he put the Raiders back, I'd say probably 8 years. I mean, because it was a while before that they even made the playoffs again. Tennessee went through their 15 years of despair. He was at the head of that. I mean, and I'm curious to see what becomes of FAU now and Ole Miss, all these other places he's left that slowly tick down after a while.
Yeah,
it's tough.
He just continues to put his foot in his mouth.
But hey, the good thing, the NCAA came out and made Arion Carter's 2-game suspension a 1-game suspension. So now he is only missing the Furman game, which is still one too many. Yeah. But at least he's not going to miss the big game against Georgia Tech, because that's somebody you'd want a senior middle linebacker for.
Right. Right, and at least they're starting to see a little bit of the error other ways, not completely the error other ways, but at least a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting
a little bit of it there. And moving ahead, guys, live after their recent, or it might be their last event. It says, with the 2026 now abruptly over, its future still remains uncertain. Live Golf informed its employees Wednesday is scaling back operations and terminating a significant number of positions in order to try and make Live 2.0 a reality. While spokesperson for Live did not specify how many people would be impacted, it's expected that a majority of the workforce will be affected. In July, employees were notified that this was a possibility, given the league has now reached the end of its current funding. Live remains optimistic about the future funding and claims that it expects many of the team and league employees who were let go to return should Live 2.0 launch, but you ain't going to be paid the same.
No, and I don't even know if Live 2.0 is ever going to
these guys
become
are
a thing.
owed
Live ain't
over $100 million, and they think whatever.
Like, yeah, well, here we'll do Live 2 and pay you like a small percentage of what that was.
Like
5%. Live ain't the organization that plays like indoors, is it?
No.
Live
What's
Golf.
that?
Live Golf.
Yeah. What's ain't there a deal where they like play like inside or something?
No. That's a Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy
thing
that they do in the winter. This is
was trying to compete with the PGA Tour and
with
a bunch of money, and that money's gone now, and it's one. I don't know if any of those guys that are let's say leaving Live and are going to try to rejoin the PGA, if another league came out of it, I don't know if they'd want to go back, because I think if you have a rough enough experience somewhere, that you're gonna take that and say, hey, I'm not gonna go away again and hurt my family, hurt my playing career, hurt my future.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys, John Rahm is expected to leave. That's a big. I mean, Bryson DeChambeau is going to stay, but who cares? I mean, he's been so irrelevant in majors. Rom will be a big get for whoever gets him. Hopefully he comes back to the States and does what he needs to do to get back on the PGA Tour. We'll switch back here to more college football news. Still in the state, Vanderbilt has named Blake Berlowitz will be starting quarterback in the Commodores Week 1 matchup with Austin Peay. The more move follows an extended position battle across spring and fall camps between Berlowitz and five-star freshman Jared Curtis, who's the highest-rated signee in the program history, and is also expected to play in Vanderbilt's September 5th season opener, the first of 3 non-conference games on the Commodore schedule, which also includes September visits from Delaware and NC State.
I think this was a little bit expected. Obviously, they brought in the talented freshman Jared Curtis from Nashville Christian. Mm-hmm. Nothing against Nashville Christian because I think they won the state championship last year, but that's Division II 1A. Mm-hmm. So it is the smallest division of private schools. Mm-hmm. Trying to make that jump to the SEC is tough. Yeah. Look at Arch. He played in a small private school division in Louisiana. Yeah. And that showed the first couple of years. And Berlowitz is somebody that has been with this staff since he started in New Mexico State. Mm-hmm. So he's probably got a little bit of that dual threat ability that Pavia brought with him. Right. And this is somebody that the staff is very confident in. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Curtis maybe get a chance. I wouldn't say early in the season, but maybe October, November if things aren't going well.
Which is a possibility.
Yeah. Could
be a possibility.
Hey, listen,
but at the same time,
I'm kind of past the days of looking at Vandy as a 2-10 or a 3-9 team.
Me like
this is a 6 or 7 win football team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too.
Absolutely, guys. Let's get into some baseball. And my boys brought up some controversy a couple nights. Excuse me. Stop Pepsi's making me go crazy. Did you see that the Diamondbacks and the Cubs got into a shouting match because the Cubs third base coach, who, by the way, was in the box, was tipping to his batters the pitches from the pitcher who eventually caught it, got really upset, and then that caused a lot of back and forth between the Cubs and the Diamondbacks, and eventually Torey Lovello apologized the next day saying what they did was legal. But I've heard a lot of takes. Not many are taking the Diamondback side on this at all. It's mainly the Cubs are like, it's legal. Homeboy shouldn't be tipping his pitches. Maybe that's why he has a 5+ ERA.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Merrill Kelly has a 5.35 ERA right now.
Yeah.
That's not just one bad game. That is consistently giving up 2 or 3 runs a start. And listen, if you're a major league pitcher and you are still tipping your pitches, somebody should be stealing the signs.
Which is funny. Like they Lovello right after that batter, because he walked Michael Bush, comes out and you can literally read his lips and go, "They've got your pitches. Like you need to mix something up here," and it's legal. And I heard Anthony Rizzo and David Ross talking about it today. And they're like, guys are watching your body language when you're on the mound. You got third base and first base coaches. Like they're doing whatever they can. Like they're in the box. It's not like he's way up the third base line, up by the bullpen, trying to look in at like he's right there. And if it's that obvious and he's standing in the box, he doesn't have to move. And then,
I mean, it's part of the game.
Yeah. Well, listen, we had the late 90s and the early 2000s with the steroid era, and home runs were going crazy, and pitchers spent the next 20 years trying to figure out how to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
We're starting to get to the other side of that. Now batters are studying body language, what he does in this situation to this handed batter. They're studying every little thing to try to give themselves an edge back, and well, the Cubs found one and took it to them that night.
And it's allowed. It's just like if you're
that's the thing. If it's not against the rules, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not banging on a trash can. It's not using video technology that you're literally tipping at the third base coach, and you could see him. He's going this, or he's doing that, or he's doing that. Like it's a hand signal. You can get as mad as you want to. And Jeff Bannister, who may be one of the worst managers in Major League history. I'm about to go on a rant here. I mean, because he's more known for doing that, having hothead stuff. He had one of the most talented Texas Ranger rosters in the history of baseball. Never won a playoff series with any of those guys. And then the guy that comes in after him takes him to a World Series title.
The first year, her second year.
So
was that back in the mid-teens?
That was,
when was
2
it?
years ago.
2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And he was a longtime manager there. Hothead. I like that he stood up for his players, but this right here, it's like, dude, it's not
a little
cheating.
too much, yeah.
It's not cheating. He's allowed to relay if they're catching it. Like I remember in high school when I was on the bench, like my first couple years, there's one of our conference rivals, and we have to play them in other tournaments as well. We played them all the way my junior year, and that's who we beat in the state championship game to win my second ring. I would watch their pitching coach do this, and I picked up right from the get-go, and I would scream, Freddie, fastball, Carry, curveball, or cherry or something that started with the C or a K or whatever. And then eventually they never just picked it up. I just said, fastball, curveball, I don't know. We would tee off on some of these guys. I'm like, I'm literally shouting it to our guys because I'm picking up what their pitching coach is doing. Like, he's not fooling me.
Yep.
Like, it's part of baseball. Like,
it is.
And by the way, like,
It's a chess match. Figure something new out.
College football, before all the headset stuff, they literally had guys with press passes, with sideline passes, who would watch the other team's signals and try to pick up on signals. Like, this is... Like
that's why I don't know if you'll notice this, but watch a Tennessee game this year, and there are going to be pretty much Alvin and the Chipmunks on the sideline. There's a guy in a blue shirt, guy in a green shirt, guy in a red shirt. And there's going to be 3 people behind them holding up black banners to.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. And it's different position groups what they're doing that.
Right.
And also, before we go, I know we all weren't together the day after. But I think it was Mets Blue Jays, the 4-out rule.
Yes.
Did you guys know this existed?
Yes. I don't know why I knew it existed, but it was like one of those weird things that I was just like, that if the scoreboard operator has the wrong number of outs up there, it grants the team that was, I guess, an out taken away from them, it grants them an extra out.
Really?
Well, in a way, kind of.
No, well, this is the rule. So this situation, Cade, runners on first and second, 1 out.
Infield fly something?
No. Guy hits a fly ball. Runner on second runner on third does not tag up. He comes down and scores. The runner on first got really confused, thought that was the third out. They double him up at first.
No, this is Red Sox Blue Jays. That's why,
it was Red Sox. So so they double him up. So you think inning is over, run doesn't score, right? You would be wrong. Run counts until the next pitch is thrown. So what they essentially have to do
until the next pitch is thrown.
Yeah, he doesn't. The runner on third does not tag up because he thought there were 2 outs too.
Right.
So they essentially in this situation have to get 4 outs because he scored before the final out was recorded.
So technically that run scored,
and it's not a force play. So that's what doesn't wipe it off. So you have to do that.
Well, and that's the thing.
So
the Blue Jays didn't appeal the tag up.
Exactly.
So the run scored.
And then the moment they throw that next pitch, run scores, and the umpire literally had to tell the scoreboard operator that run counts. So you have to get 4 outs in that situation. And how I knew about it was I was a senior in high school, and I think it was like the Angels and the Rays in Tampa, and the same thing happened. And literally, ESPN on SportsCenter, this is back when ESPN used to be great, on SportsCenter did a whole breakdown about it, and my local newspaper, the Charleston Daily Mail, did a whole, we're talking giant explanation of it in the newspaper the next day.
Wow.
So I found out about this whole rule. So my first head coach at my first school, or my head coach at my first school in college, he ran through this situation in fall ball. So I was the first baseman, and the same, 1 out, runners on the corners. He told the runner on third. He go, and what we did, it wasn't like a live game, like we were running through situations. He told the runner on third, don't tag up, run home. He's going to hit a fly ball down here. Don't tag up, run home.
Go.
hits a fly ball. And he told the runner on first, just take off no matter what, act like you're confused. So we double him up. I get the ball, and I see the guy who should have been at third. I noticed like he didn't tag up, and then like reading the article, talking to my dad, it all read up, and I get it. I immediately, like, my teammates are running off. I'm like, no, get the third, get the third. They're like, man, you're stupid. It's 4 outs. We only need 3. I'm like, no. I literally watched this in a major league game. Ran across from first all the way to third, stepped on the bag, and my coach was like, good. That's, he was saying I was doing good. He wasn't saying my last name. He's like, that's exactly what has to happen. And literally made the whole team run. And I stood there at third laughing my rear end off at them. I'm like, we literally just had this summer, you dummies. Like, I knew he was doing this because I saw him take off. I'm like, I'm literally watching the replay of the Angels and the Rays right now. And I'm like, I'm screaming at our third baseman, who was the coach's son, who's a prick and still is a prick. And I'm like, just get back. Like, dude, get back. Like, we got to get him out. And he gave everyone the whole lesson. Lo and behold, later that year, no joke. Happened for us. Wow. Happened for us. Our runner at first, he got confused again. They had 2 outs on the scoreboard. There's only 1. He takes off running no matter what. And our runner at third didn't tag up, just went home. And they got confused, doubled up, and our coach was like, they didn't count the run. And then we throw the first pitch the next inning. Our coach was like, he scored. Yeah. He scored before that happened. It was a 3-man crew. The umpires got together. We got the run. Guess what the final score of that game was?
Was it 1-0?
We won 5-4.
Yeah. Wow.
Because of that run. And then my sophomore year, it happened against us. And then because we have worked on this situation enough in practice, we were ready for it. We got it out, and we had to get 4 outs in the inning.
That's... Hey, listen, being smart about the game,
I was about to say,
pays dividends.
It does. Yeah. And
which goes to say, because all these kids play travel ball and these coaches don't work on situations, if you're a high school coach, do what these guys did. You will steal 1,000,000 runs in this situation. Just saying, kids don't watch enough baseball nowadays to know that this is a rule.
Yeah.
And the smart coaches will win games this way. Just throwing it out there for everyone to know.
And hey, maybe it'll win one of our teams a game this year. Who knows?
We hope so.
Maybe so.
Maybe a state tournament game.
Hey,
just,
who knows?
Throwing out situations. Well, guys, that will do it for X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. For Cade, Mike, and myself, we'll see you guys on Friday, the pregame show, as we get you ready for week 2 of the high school football season.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.